So a little while ago, actually probably did in Furry see that I made a video about updates to the channel, actually what has actually been in Furry changed over the course of the last couple of months. And I thought to myself, I did actually talk a lot about nothing in that video, so I thought I'd redo that entire video, actually kind of speak a bit more concisely about what I'm actually going to do with the channel for the future. So yeah, you probably have in Furry been seeing I've been covering a lot more visual novels and older anime over the last couple of months. And that's mainly because I've been seeing a lot more interaction with those videos. I actually have had a lot more fun covering those kind of things. So I thought to myself, with seeing how people actually have in Furry actually kind of like those videos, actually like me playing games and covering older shows, is that what people actually want? So I thought to myself, make a video asking if that's the case. So if that is the case, I can in Furry change my schedule a little bit, actually kind of accommodate that, because this season's a lot more calmer than usual, so I actually have a lot more free time. So I can in Furry introduce older shows and actually more games as well. If that's the case, I can in Furry do it. You actually have any ideas for shows you want me to cover as well, actually games you want me to play as well, I can track them down, and if they actually am able to get them, I will actually buy them, because as you probably know, England's terrible when it comes to licensing anything. Like anything you would actually probably think of over here probably doesn't exist, because England's terrible when it comes to this kind of thing. But yeah, if that is the case, I can in Furry do it, and actually will do it. Actually, have in Furry been enjoying it a lot. I've covered Serial Experiments Lain already. I am now currently covering Hunter x Hunter and also Initial D as well. And when it comes to the games, actually also I'm covering Higurashi, Ghost of Tsushima as well, and possibly in the future Muv-Luv, and also the endings of Yumi and her love story as well. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of the main like focal point of the whole entire video, is actually whether or not people do in Furry want that. Actually can in Furry do that, or actually will do that as well. But also, it's a little bit on top of that whole entire thing as well, because I also kind of have opened up a Patreon to actually help if anyone actually wants to help with this kind of like change in channel. That the actual Patreon's actually kind of always been there. I've always had no idea how to actually kind of implement it to my channel, but with the changing course of what I've been doing recently, it kind of does in Furry make sense to actually kind of say, by the way, this actually exists. But the main thing is, only support me if you actually can. So I don't actually want you to support me if you can't actually support me. I do not mind if you can't. That's the main thing. I want you to be fine first, and actually if you can then support me, then do, please. It actually does help quite a lot. Actually, we'll be eternally thankful. But only support me if you actually can. That's the main focal point. But yeah, there's only one tier on Patreon. It's only a $1 tier, because I don't really believe in kind of like locking content behind a Patreon wall. So instead of actually kind of having tiers, I thought to myself, well, let's have one tier and actually kind of still have the exact same content, but if you want to support me, that's actually how you can support me. But then also, if you actually can't support me on a long-term basis, there also happens to be a Ko-fi page as well, which Ko-fi is actually kind of a donation page. That also helps quite a lot as well. It's made to actually help me when it comes to buying anything, because I've seen a lot more recently, like, stuff is actually kind of expensive the more I think about it. Like, I wanted Patlabor, and I found Patlabor is actually the complete set. The entire thing is £80 to buy from America, so I thought to myself, oh, well, I kind of do want that, but not right now. But if you actually want to support me, actually help me get these kind of things, then actually I will be entirely grateful. But the main thing is, only if you can. I want you to be fine first. That's the main thing. I want you to be fine first. So yeah, that's kind of like, that's the in resume of the entirety of like this video. I just wanted to kind of make that make this video to actually kind of say that before anyone actually kind of wonders what's been going on my channel recently, because I know it's kind of like very spontaneous, me covering Lain and then me covering Hunter x Hunter Initial D. I understand it's actually kind of a bit more spontaneous than usual, but I thought to myself, well, let's actually make a video and actually kind of explain what's going on here, and actually then kind of like have that so everyone actually knows. That's the main thing of this whole entire video. But yeah, I think that's all I wanted to touch upon. So I mean, always thank you for actually watching what I always do, because it actually does Furry mean a lot. And yeah, the Patreon page, the Ko-fi page, anything else will also be in the description as well. So if you can support me, then do, please. If you can't, I do not mind. It's not a problem. It's just I want you to be fine first, and more than anything. So, with that said, I actually have always been a driver, and actually we'll see you guys on the next video. So see you guys later. Bye for now.